What's going on, you sexy subscribers? Renaissance Raw is back at it again with another video, and today we are breaking down one of my favorite songs of all time, Drug Dealers Anonymous by Pusha T and Jay-Z. That's right, Push and Jay-Z's first collab on this song. It was a single that came out randomly in 2016, and it's a great song, and I've been making these. I made like one or two hip hop videos, but I want to get more into it, and I really like breaking down songs a lot of people don't listen to. Like Pusha T is a very niche rapper for sure. I mean, Jay Z, he's one of the biggest rappers of all time, but his deeper stuff is I think this song is definitely slept on by a lot of people who listen to Jay, and yeah, so here we go. So I'm just gonna point out all the references that they make. Push has one verse and Jay has one verse, so. Let's get right into it. Here we go. Boom. And boom.
Valentino Summers and Wave Runners. Chains on my niggas like slave runners. Drug dealers anonymous. How many Madonnas can that Mazda fit?
Alright, here we go. So this video, I'm gonna be pausing a lot in this video for sure, but this is kind of where we're at. All right, so every line, like I'm gonna try to get all the references, right? And like I said, there's only two verses, so here we go. Valentino Summers and Wave Runners. Valentino, man, I can't remember his full name. Valentino something. It's a really long Italian name. I think it's like Giovanni or something. Anyways, really long name. Valentino is a fashion designer, and then Wave Runners is, of course, the Yeezy Wave Runners shoe. Chains on my brothers like slave runners. Chains. He's gonna have, Valentino decked him out. He's gonna have his chain on. He's gonna have his Wave Runners. And also, Wave Runners, slave runners. Slave runners were the people who were like anti-ending slavery. Yeah, fuck those guys. Anyways, Drug Dealers Anonymous, name of the song. How many Madonnas does that Mazda fit? Now, I think there's a few plays on words here where, he goes, of course, Madonna is a white girl, and white girl is slang for coke / crack. And so he goes, how many Madonnas can fit in that Mazda? Like, how many bricks can I put in this Mazda? To transport, right? And the other thing it could mean is how many white girls can I put in this Mazda? Just like how many hot white girls can I like transport from one place to another to just like hang out with them, I guess. I don't know if he's saying that, because the only thing I don't think he's saying that is because like Push wouldn't be driving a Mazda to just like hang out with women, like to just like so yeah, I mean even an MX-5, like it's like $30,000. Like that's like to these guys that's like nothing. All right, let's go back to it.
Break talk is more than obvious, it's ominous. Garage is the phantom, ghouls, ghosts, and goblins. Blonde mohawk, the collection. I'm Dennis Rodman.
All right, so a couple things there. My brick talk is more than obvious, it's ominous. So this is because Pusha T makes luxury street rap. Yes, that's a very specific niche of hip hop music, of rap music, because luxury street rap is not like, yeah, I sold this, I sold a brick, and then like I went to go smash a girl. He'll be like very eloquent with it, right? He goes like, like there's one song he goes, it's called King Push. He goes, 36 years of doing dirt like it's Earth Day, right? Like, wait, or is that Numbers on the Boards? There's only one God, there's only one king, 36 of doing dirt. Gosh, yeah. So it's Numbers on the Board. Numbers on the Boards, where he goes, like I've been doing dirt for 36 years, like it's Earth Day, dude. Like that's, I mean, yes, he's saying, I've been moving, for so long, but like, he says it in a way that's not just like straight up, he doesn't say it, he just like makes you think about it. Garage is the Phantom, ghouls, ghosts, and goblins. Phantom, I think it's Rolls Royce Phantom, ghouls, ghosts, goblins. I think he's just saying he has a lot of cars. Blonde mohawk, the collection. I'm Dennis Rodman. Not 1,000% sure what that means, but like I know Dennis Rodman was the player on the Chicago Bulls, so maybe he's saying he has like very rare cars or something like that. Anyways, let's get back to it. We're 30 seconds in.
The money count is the only moment of silence, cause hush money balances all this drugs and violence. Hat trick under my mattress, date I stop still has an asterisk after it.
All right, real quick. Here we go. Money count. The money counter is the only moment of silence. You know, whenever the money counter is like, and you can hear it like it's like hitting the bills, and then it's the beep saying it's done. Because hush money balances all this drug and violence. Hush money is pretty much like what you give to like government officials or bribes that you pay police to keep it going. Um, I'm not gonna lie, this part I did read on Genius. I didn't catch earlier because it says hush money balances. Balance could equal scale, which you weighed out. You weigh out, drugs with. Hat trick under my mattress. Data stop still has an asterisk after it. So hat trick under my mattress. I think he just has like he's got a backup plan of money under his like hiding money under your mattress is like a very like I don't know, it's like a very OG thing to say. It's like, oh yeah, I'm hiding money in my mattress. I got like a Nike shoebox full of cash and stuff like that. Data stop still has an asterisk after it. It's pretty much like when it says like date TBA and it has an asterisk. That's pretty much he's like, yo, I'm still going. Like I'm not stopping. This man is like 46 right now. Freaking beast. I mean, he came out with the song when he was like 37.
After all, I can make a call. I can baptize a brick as I wash away my sins like a Catholic. Who gon' fucking master this? America's nightmares and Flint. Children of a lesser God when your melanin's got a tint. And I can't even.
All right, here we go. Oh, I mean, this is pretty much just like this right here. This is luxury street rap right here because he's saying, after all, I can make a call. I can baptize a brick as I wash away my sins like a Catholic. He just said, I can literally make some crack. I can literally make a brick, and at the same time, or I can put a brick in boiling water, baking soda, and ice, all that stuff. He's pretty much saying I can cook crack and launder money at the same time. That's as I wash away my sins like a Catholic. I don't know. People say like churches and stuff like launder is a good way to launder money. Anyways, but a lot of drug dealers launder money too. Wash away my sins because like Father forgive me, wash away my sins, etc. Because that's what happens in a baptism. So yeah, there's some deep stuff there. I can baptize a brick as I wash away my sins like a Catholic. Who the fuck mastered this? America's nightmares in Flint. Children of a lesser God when your melanin's got a tint. America's nightmares in Flint. I mean, that Flint water fiasco has been going on for a long time.
Even mention what I sent or what I spent. Cause my name in 18 wheelers is evidence. I put my booze in them cruise collections. Life's a bitch, A to Z on her shoe collection.
All right, hold up. All right, this is important right here. Can't even mention what I saw on Spain. My name is 18 Wheelers Evidence. So I think 18 Wheelers were like a big thing. I think they probably still are a big thing to like traffic, drugs, and also I mean, this isn't a reference to this song because the song I'm about to say came out 2 years after the song, but Push and Benny the Butcher have a song called 18 Wheeler, and it is fire. Like, beat is hard. I'll listen to it all the time. It's off of Benny's EP, The Plugs I Met, his first one. Came out in 2019. It's called 18 Wheeler. Put my booze in those cruise collection. Life's a bitch, A to Z on her shoe collection. Take your pick. So, there's a few things here. Booze in the cruise collections. I think he just means he takes his girls out on cruises and stuff. And cruise collections, as in like he can buy them cars if he wants. I don't know because in Numbers on the Boards he says, "Ain't a bitch living that say I bought her Michael Kors." So I don't know if he's buying cars for chicks. That's more like a future thing. Life's a bitch, A to Z on her shoe collection. Life's a Bitch is a song by Nas featuring AZ. And I think that's who he's shouting out here. Life's a bitch, A to Z on her shoe collection. Saying like, I can get a girl any type of shoes she wants, like A to Z, like, like the whole catalog. Take your pick. All right, and this next line is pretty good too.
Take your pick, paid in full like 86 G's on my body. The new Gucci has less monogram. God's got him. Let he without sin cast the first stone. So I built that all glass quad level first home. Shatter all of your misconceptions, hold all of the missing weapons. You thought I would miss my blessing, the ultimate misdirection. Yeah.
All right. So here we go. Paid in full like 86 G's my body. So Rakim and Eric B came out with the song Paid in Full. G's on my body. I feel like that's a reference to a song on the on that album. I can't think of it. But also G's on my body, as in like G's like the like Gucci, because the line after this he says the new Gucci has less monograms. God's got him. G's on my body. You know, like the G from Gucci. Let he without sin cast the first stone. This is a very popular line. Like, let he who has not sinned cast the first stone. All of us, everyone in the world has that has ever lived and will ever lived has sinned. You know, so this also ties back to the baptism line earlier with like the Catholic and all that. But yeah, I mean, all this it's all connected. And then he goes, so I built that all glass quad level first home, because there's a phrase that says like those who live in glass homes shouldn't throw stones if you live in a glass house. That's what he's referencing there. He's saying whoever is without sin can throw the first stone, and since no one is without sin, that's why I'm going to build a glass house. Shatter all of your misconceptions. That's another play on words of glass, shatter. Hold all of the missing weapons. I think it just means like, I don't know, like, you know, when the police can't find a missing weapon due for like a case and the case goes cold, he's saying he has all the missing weapons. You thought I would miss my blessing, the ultimate misdirection. Yeah. Ultimate misdirection is pretty much saying like, yeah, look, dude, I got away with all this stuff. Like, you don't even know. I mean, and this is probably, like, he was definitely trapping before he was rapping, you know? I mean, he talks about it in Grinding. Next part, here we go.
Your husband was a drug dealer. For 14 years, he sold crack cocaine.
All right, that's Tommy Lahren. She's like, I don't know, one of these like Fox News chicks or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. She had her own show. I don't know if she still has her own show, but she pretty much like was saying that because she was like talking smack about Beyonce's halftime show at the Super Bowl or something like that, and she pretty much said that as like the thing. She's like, yeah, your husband like sold like crack or whatever, so he's not like gonna be he shouldn't be a good role model or something like that. Anyways, all right, now this is Jay-Z's verse. This is fire. Sergio Tacchini inside his mesh. All right, here we go. All right, so let's just knock out who these people are. Federico Fellini is I just found this out recently. He's a movie director, and let's see. And then there's also a play on words because he goes Federico Fellini, which could be taken as Fed Rico Felony, which Rico is like racketeering and corruption, all that stuff. Sergio Tacchini inside his mesh. Sergio Tacchini was a tennis player, and what was the comparison? Sergio Tacchini was a tennis player, and like tennis players hit balls with rackets. I don't know. I think that's what he was going for. And like racketeering. All right, here we go.
Bitch, I've been bracking since the 80s. Google me, baby, you crazy. 89 in London, pulling bins. Type it in, Google's your friend, bruh. 14-year drug dealer and still counting. Who deserves the medal of freedom is my accountant. He been hula hooping through loopholes, working round shit. IRS should have had the townhouses surrounded.
All right, that is genius right there. Google me, baby, you crazy. Like, you Google Jay-Z, he's gonna come up, right? 89 London pulled the Benz up. I think he was like doing some stuff in London back in '89, like trapping before he became a rapper. That's the other thing. Like, both these guys were trapping before they were rapping. 14-year drug dealer and still counting. He's referencing what Tommy Lahren said on her show. You know, he for 14 years he sold crack cocaine. All right, this next part is why I love this song, because he's not saying like this is the luxury street rap again. He's not saying like, look, dude, I hid all my money, I laundered my money, blah blah blah. I laundered my money, and then I go buy some honey. You know, he doesn't say that, right? He's like, who deserves a medal of freedom is my accountant. He been hula hooping through loopholes, working around shit. So his accountant, the Medal of Freedom is like a really high honor, by the way. But he's saying his accountant has been doing so much work and like finding all these loopholes and like getting around stuff. Like if he didn't have his accountant, the IRS should have had the townhouses surrounded, which means like the IRS should definitely have came and like, you know, like he definitely used his business to like, you know, a lot of people when they have like a LLC or they have their own business, they write off things on like tax purposes. They write off things for tax purposes. So he's saying that his accountant was really good at that. I mean, Jay-Z is like worth $1 billion. Like he has to have a really good accountant to do that. IRS should have townhouses surrounded, and all this is like hula hooping, loopholes around shit, townhouses surrounded. Everything's like kind of like, you know, everything should have been like, oh, everything has like that circle theme. All right, let's get back to this verse.
Thanks to the lawyers, marbled the foyer, tore the floor up, yeah. That's
for the koi fish.
We've been down in the oysters. I walked through the garage, it's like multiple choices. I told him pull a Royce up. I'm getting ghosts. I'm hearing noises. I think it's the boys, but I've been baking it Deutsch.
All right. Another genius line to follow up on, like, you know, he's like saying, look, my accountant was amazing. Thanks to the lawyers, I marbled the foyer, right? He's like, thanks to the lawyers I had that like saved me, you know, out of this, like that saved me all this money, right? Because a lot of big businesses use lawyers to like get around paying taxes as well. I marbled the foyer. Look, because of all this money that I didn't have to pay in taxes, because of all this money that I'm getting from like trapping, rapping, like doing all these other side hustles, like all these like big things that I have, I marbled the foyer. I tore the floor up, and that's for the koi fish. And he's saying, I don't know if you guys have ever seen it before. I've never been to a place like this, but I've only seen it in pictures where you go to a place and you're walking, and like rich people in movies, like you'll be walking and they have like fish swimming, like they have like an underfloor aquarium. That's what he's talking about. He's like, I tore the floor up. That's for the koi fish. And then he goes, we've been dining on oysters to keep the seafood theme going, because oysters, like, I mean, you can eat oysters at like Shuck and Jive, but I mean, he's eating some different type of oysters. I walked through the garage. It's like multiple choices. That's kind of like a play on words of what Pusha was saying. He said, you know, garages, ghouls, ghosts, and goblins. I tell him pull the Royce up. This also ties into that because like Phantom is a Rolls Royce Phantom. So yeah, I'm getting ghost. I'm hearing noises. I think it's the boys, but I've been banking at Deutsches. That's spelled D-E-U-T-S-H-E. So Dutch, I think it's like just the Dutch bank or whatever. So he's saying his money is like kept like, you know, very safe. And I found out the Dutch bank actually applies like American tax laws. So that's from Rap Genius too. I didn't research that, but so he's saying he's like oh man, like, you know, he's getting paranoid, but he's not paranoid because he's like, oh, I'm not tripping. Like my money is good, right? So just remember that the way is, I think it's boys down banking in Deutsches, right? The way he says that.
We got storefronts, we got employee stubs. We've been opening studios and 40/40s up. The paper trail is gorgeous. Cases we bury some before reasonable doubt drop. The jury hung.
All right, here we go. Oh man, one of my lights just died. It's all good. We're gonna run through the rest of this with just this one light. All right. So he goes, we got storefronts, we got employee stubs. Look, we got storefronts, we got employee stubs, we're paying people we got a paper trail going, right? We've been opening studios and 40/40s up. Studios, you know, like studios, right? 40/40s is like a sports club or a sports bar that Jay-Z is the franchise owner of. The paper trail is gorgeous. The paper trail is gorgeous, right? He been banking in Deutsches, and the paper trail is gorgeous, right? Fire bars. So he's saying like, look, there is evidence of everything. Like I have all the evidence to show that everything is legit. I mean, this is all saying like storefronts and all this employee stubs. That's all for like laundering money, of course. But you know, he's saying he's legit, even though he probably is. I'm not saying anything. Anyways, before reasonable doubt dropped, the jury hung. Oh, before that he goes, cases we bury him. So I think Jay-Z was on trial, or I don't know, he got arrested at one point in time. Probably a couple points in time. But anyways, cases we buries him. So that means like anytime he gets caught up in a case, he beats it. Before reasonable doubt dropped, the jury hung. So one of the things, like in the court of law, it's like the jury has to be convinced beyond the shadow of a reasonable doubt. Reasonable Doubt is also the album he made in 1996. The jury hung. That means like the jury was like a hung jury. Pretty much means like all of them were like paid off, I guess, or like I don't know. Anyways, they're all like, you know, kind of in on it type of thing. Also, jury can be pronounced jewelry, so he's like the jewelry hung because Jay's rich, so he gets a lot of chains.
Bling bling, every time I come around your city, bling bling. My tenure took me through Virginia. Ask Teddy Riley about me, ask the federales about me. Try to build a cell around me, snatch my nigga Emery up. Try to get him to tell about me. He told 12, give me 12. He told him to go to hell about me.
All right, this next line I'll break down a little bit better, but not this one, but the one after this. So he pretty much said like, you know, they took his boy and said like, hey, snitch on Jay, and his boy Emery said he told 12, give me 12. So 12 is another word for the cops, right? And then he said, give me 12. He's like, he told him to go to hell about me. Like, that is some OG, like, that friendship has to be crazy for his friend to go to jail for like over a decade. I think this is the same guy he's talking about in Click, when he goes, so 12 years, ain't hug a son since second grade. Who we gonna tell? Something like we top of the totem pole. The supreme team mixed with, and all our eyes dotted can only mean one thing. Ain't nobody fucking with my clique. Anyways, I did read the Genius annotation for this, where it was like, Emery, the guy who, you know, didn't snitch on Jay, like Jay, like now he like is a big, now he's like working at Rockefeller Records. So, shout out. Here we go.
Drug dealers anonymous. Y'all think Uber's the future? Our cars been autonomous. Mules move the drums, take them to different spots. We just call the shots by simply moving our thumbs.
Alright, this one's crazy. Y'all think Uber's the future? Our cars been autonomous. Also, Genius annotation. It says that Jay-Z hasn't driven since 1996. I don't know how true that is, but he's pretty much saying like, oh, like, you think Uber's the future? Like, I think this is around the time Uber IPO'd. I think it's probably like a few years before this. He's saying, like, y'all think Uber's the future? Bro, like, I haven't driven in like 2 decades. Like, right? Our car's been autonomous. Our car's like, we've had drivers because we're rich. Mules move the drums, take them to different spots. We just call the shots by simply moving our thumbs. It's pretty much saying like he just like will text locations of where to move things, and mules are people who like transport drugs for people. Taking to different spots. Boom.
I'm a course of miracles with this shit. Nothing real can be threatened. Nothing unreal exists. Therein lies the peace of God. I always knew I was a prophet, but I couldn't find a decent job. Life made me ambidextrous, counting with my right, whipping right with my left wrist.
Alright, I love that line. That line is so good. I'm a Course in Miracles with this shit, which is, I don't know, it's like a famous book, it's like some spirituality book. But this next line ties into spirituality, I guess, for sure. Nothing real can be threatened. Like, if it's real, if it's tangible, if you can hold it, if it exists in the present, nothing can threaten it because you're living in the present moment. Nothing unreal exists. Look, if it's something that's in your memory, then look, if you're thinking back on something, on a situation, if you're thinking about it over and over and again, like, that shit's not real. Every time you think about it, your brain perceives it as real because your subconscious can't tell the difference between what's true and what's not. This isn't a Genius annotation. This is just the way I live my life, right? So it's kind of like, there's this Eckhart Tolle book called Power of Now, and I knew I would go ham on these lines because I always talk about this quote. But he's talking about how in the present moment, nothing can bother you, nothing can be taken from you, nothing can be threatened. If it's real, and then nothing unreal. Therein lies the peace of God. The peace of God, like in the lyrics it says peace, like a piece of, like Piece, but I think it's like peace, like God, peace. Om Shanti. Shout out to my mantra. If anyone has a mantra and that's one of their mantras. I always knew I was a prophet, but I couldn't find a decent job. Dude, so good. I always knew I was a prophet, but I couldn't find a decent job. Which is crazy because he's making buku money trapping and rapping now. Life made me ambidextrous. Ambidextrous means you can use your right and your left hand. And then he goes, counting with my right, whipping white with my left wrist. Because the way that you make white, that you make crack, is by like putting cocaine and baking soda, and then like you whip furiously with like ice after it's been boiled and something like that. And this next line is such a throwback.
Damn, Daniel. FBI keep bringing them all white vans through.
Oh, yeah. The last like 30 seconds of this is just the beat riding out. But yeah, he just goes, damn, Daniel, which is that meme, like that vine from like 2014 where he goes, damn, Daniel, back at it again with the white vans.
Damn, Daniel. Damn, Daniel. Damn, Daniel. Damn, Daniel. Back at it again with the white van.
I know my impression is spot on, but I wasn't that guy. FBI, and then the next line he goes, FBI keep bringing them all white vans through, like FBI vans that are like spying and hiding out, white vans. Yeah, which ties into the damn Daniel line. Anyway, I just love saying that. That's such a good, like, that's such a, if you were like in middle school, high school, college at that time, you know that meme, and you know that thing was everywhere, went viral. Those guys even got called on Ellen. The damn Daniel guys got called up on Ellen. Anyways, one more for the road. Damn, Daniel, back at it again with the white vans. I don't know. Those are like American kids for sure, I think, but like they sound British. All right, guys. If you enjoyed me finding all the references I could in Drug Dealers Anonymous by Pusha T and Jay-Z, leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and then let me know what song you want me to review next. I don't know if my page definitely isn't big enough, and like I just started. This is like my second or third hip hop video, so like I don't think there's enough people watching this to actually recommend songs. So I'll just keep doing some songs that I have, like, on the back end. And then, yeah, I'll go through it. And then you want to edit these and get them out, hopefully every Wednesday. Also, I haven't been in a Toastmasters session in like over a year. And so all my filler words, such as like, but, and and are all coming out. So just, yeah, that's going to be there. Anyways, you guys enjoyed. I appreciate you guys. Peace.